Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the October 25th, 2022 solar eclipse in Scorpio, part 1 of 2. And there's going to be a solar eclipse in Scorpio on October 25th, 2022. A solar eclipse in astrology is like a new moon, but much more amplified and intensified. It can be a period of life-altering new beginnings, or ones that will be much more sustained than a regular new moon. There can be prodigious energy at this time. One can feel exceptionally rejuvenated and revitalized. And with this new moon being a new moon solar eclipse being in Scorpio, the sign of rebirth and regeneration, it may be the beginning for many of something that had been done previously and is resurrected. Things that were frivolous and superfluous that held you back may now be discarded, and one can start something entirely brand new at this time. Now, being in Scorpio, this may be done with much obsessive and relentless energy, and it may be done with tremendous willpower. And this can give, new moon solar eclipse can give tremendous initiative and enterprise. And you may feel like nothing can prohibit you or hold you back at this point in time. And, what may have inhibited and prohibited you before may not be there now. And now everyone collectively may be impacted by this solar eclipse, but especially people with a Scorpio or Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant. Now Scorpio, of course, because it's going to be in their own sign, and the zodiac sign Cancer because the moon rules Cancer, and Cancer is simply affected strongly by all transits and phases of the moon. Now, perhaps this is largely attributed to why the zodiac sign Cancer is so fickle, moody, and temperamental, and this will be especially intensified if this makes a conjunction to one's Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant. Now, for some people, it may be the beginning of doing something, that is done, relentlessly, that started and relentlessly stays with us. Now, things may be started, with much, passion and desire, and people should guard against being overly obsessive or fixated on something that may be initiated. It's important to have single-minded focus, but not to the exclusion of everything else, where you become oblivious to everything else in your life. And the fact this is taking place, on a solar eclipse can make this much more intensified and pronounced. It could last for a sustained time, and this may, in some cases, this may manifest in the start of a Scorpio, career, job, or position, and especially, if it falls in what I consider one of the money houses, the second, sixth, or 10th house in one's natal chart. And it could be the start, working in a field, associated, something Scorpio related, such as locksmithing, psychology, investigation, forensics, embalming, surgery, recycling, or the occult, which includes astrology. Now, this too, it can be the start again of something that, is like a Scorpio, type Scorpio position. And this is also, a time as well. It could be a start, of a position, that could be connected with one of the death professions, because those are Scorpio professions, and that can include working as a coroner, a mortician, or a funeral director, as some examples. And the fact that this falls on a solar eclipse, this could add more emphasis to it, and it may be something that lasts for more sustained or protracted time, and it could be monumental, start for somebody, especially say if they've been at a position at another job for a very long time and decided to leave it, and then making that major decision at this time to come to a different start a different job. And the thing is, now in most instances, this now I'm sorry, in some instances, this can manifest in the departure of a male figure that played a provocative role in your life. I know it could be a husband, a father, or a prominent male friend. It could be a Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that simply embodies those characteristics. And maybe someone that was very empowering, transforming, resourceful, probing, strong-willed, relentless, incisive, and resilient. And it could be a person that may even be obsessed and fixated on things. Now, if it falls in the seventh house, it could be a significant other, marriage partner. Now, let's say if it falls in the 10th house, it could be, it could increase the chances of this person being a father or, authority figure, dominant male, which is general. I mean, the 10th house, is the dominant parent, which is generally the father, and or it could be an authority figure. If it falls in the 11th house, it could be a friend. Now, it's also important just to look at what house this falls in, as this could impact its delineation and interpretation for you. This is going to fall in my 6th house in my natal chart. Now, this could manifest in a number of ways. It could be something associated with a transformation, which is Scorpio, in the daily routine, which is the 6th house. It may even be something, let's say, could be diet related. Could be something too. I would say it could be some start of something, even though it's generally auspicious. It could also be, I would say, something that might begin that's associated with the colon, the prostate, the bladder, or the urinary tract. It could be the start of some kind of new astrological, because Scorpio is connected with the occult, which includes astrology. It could be astrological analysis, the 6 houses analysis, and now it could also be it may be something that is mysterious, which is Scorpio, that I may begin to analyze, which is the 6th house. Now, the fact that this is taking place on a solar eclipse could make this more significant and pronounced. And this is also going to be making a loose conjunction to my natal Jupiter. So, I may need to be worried a little that it may enlarge potential health-related issues, because as I've spoken about in previous videos, though Jupiter is very strongly benign and benevolent, it's also paradoxical, can also have a tendency to enlarge and expand issues. And the thing about this is, it could also make it more fortuitous for me for something, if I start something that is connected with this new moon solar eclipse Scorpio transit. Now, it's also it's important to look at the aspects this makes 2 points in your natal chart, as this could impact how it affects you. And this is going to make a tight trine to my natal Mercury in Cancer. Now, this could be propitious for incorporating communicative, which is Mercury, skills into whatever may be started in connection with the solar eclipse in Scorpio. Now, let's say, for example, that solar eclipse manifests for me in starting some kind of occult, or at which astrological, astrology is connected with the occult, and which is Scorpio, and it could be some kind of analysis, which is the 6th house. and it may be more favorable for writings and communications connected with it because of the trine by my natal Mercury. And Mercury in Cancer, can have an ability, to extemporize and speak off the cuff. Now, this could facilitate, these writings. And with the solar eclipse in Scorpio in my sixth house, it may also be expressed for me in the transformation, which is Scorpio, again, in that daily routine. And the trine to Mercury in Cancer can indicate this may involve a short journey that is home related, because Mercury is associated with short journeys. Zodiac sign Cancer is connected with the home, and my Mercury in Cancer makes a conjunction to my third house cusp from the second house. But the fact that Mercury in Cancer is in the second house, it could indicate that it may impact my self-worth to some degree, perhaps feeling better about myself for doing it. And it could also suggest that monetary reasons are related to it. Now, the new moon solar eclipse is going to fall at 2 degrees Scorpio. Now, as far as saving symbols go, it could be a time where many collectively may begin to understand the fallibility of others and be less critical of people in general. And such as a transformation of a belief in others in general, maybe trying to see the best in those people, and then try to overlook, the transgressions and defaults to some degree. And it could be auspicious for starting something in solitude or seclusion. It may be contemplating something innovative that could be Scorpio related, such as something connected with X-rays, waste trash compacting, a locksmithing, surgery, or forensics. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edward Leonard saying stay well.